Hey everybody, it's Douglas from RAZR here, and we are going to have an action-packed workshop today. We're going to build a automation that takes an audio or video file and transcribes it into text and then can do stuff with it. Now, there's platforms out there that you can upload a video or audio file to and you can get the text back, no problem. There's plenty of those. Why would we want to do this is that we're going to use an automation platform called make.com, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. And it allows you to do a whole bunch more. So like once you've got that text, what do you want to do with it? You could post the video with a nice caption and hashtags. Or once you've got an audio file from your meeting, you could produce some sort of document that you get emailed with a highly tailored summary or anything like that you want to do in an automated way. That's the power of what we're going to be teaching today. So first, as by way of an intro, I run an AI automations agency called RAZR, and we help connect systems. Sometimes you don't even need AI to really create amazing automations. We've got a whole bunch on here that you can explore. We also have a AI newsletter that if you're watching this, you may well have already subscribed to. But we have, this is actually our daily, this is our newsletter, and also a daily podcast, which is super fun. You can hear me every day in about 5 minutes, sometimes longer. This one was 12 minutes yesterday.
Good morning, it's Douglas from RAZR bringing you the latest AI news for today, Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025.
And so that's that, and we basically the AI version of me reads our newsletter. It kind of looks like this. And we have our day's post, we have all of the news from AI, we have a video on there, all this kind of stuff. 100% automated, except sending me a text message saying, go look at the newsletter and listen to the podcast, make sure nothing crazy happened, and then I can click send. So this is amazing stuff. We do about probably 4 or 5 hours of marketing every day in about 5 or 10 minutes of work. And so there's a whole bunch of other things I won't get into, but it's really fun stuff. I'll save a little bit more for the end. What we're going to talk about today is I'm going to share the platform make.com with you. This is the #1 tool that we use at our agency. It's incredibly inexpensive to get started. I think it's free. And then, you're not going to need to upgrade anytime soon. I think for the first year, we had to only spend $10 a month on this amazing platform. What is it? It's like a Zapier. They call these tools the duct tape of the internet. It allows you to connect different apps on the back end. So say something happens, I often use Trello as an example. If a new Trello, so as you're typing in Trello, so there's triggers, like if a new card gets tweaked or changed, then a task effectively, then all these actions can happen. But not just within Trello, you could attach all these other apps, which is incredibly cool. So if, say, someone signs up on a form, they get added to a Trello, the salesperson gets a text message, an email gets drafted, et cetera, et cetera. You can string these things together, and that's what we're going to be showing you today a little bit, is how you can string together some modules. In this case, we are going to use this 10 module step. We're going to get into a couple of cool things though. We're going to go from a form, we're going to use a great platform that's free called OpenForm.com. And from there, it's going to come on into the automation. It's going to get the file from a Google Drive. In our case, we've got one test video in here of me probably saying something witty. And then it's going to go down this branch, which is pretty cool. If it's a video, it's going to go down here, and it's the main thing I'm going to show you today. It's going to transcribe it, or it's going to first of all strip out the audio, take it into an MP3 format. It's going to transcribe that with OpenAI, which is ChatGPT's parent company. They've got a model called Whisper. We're going to transcribe it with that, write a post about it, create some hashtags, and then we're going to post it to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. What's this other little branch down here? This is just an experiment to show you if it's an audio-only file, like just an MP3, it can skip out this conversion format. But this is a really cool thing to learn because Cloud Convert, oh my gosh, I love them. They give you 10 conversions a day for free. The only other thing that we're going to need to pay for in this entire system, this is a little thing we need to add for Instagram, but it's also free for some basics. These are obviously all free. OpenAI, it's a little bit of money you're going to need to add in there. Basically, if you throw $5 in your OpenAI account, which is different than your $20 a month account, then you need to, it'll get you a really far way, your $5. We really do so many automations every day, and we only pay, $20, $30 a month for the sheer amount that we do. It's impressive. Okay, so, but then effectively this could do other things, which maybe we'll get into at the end of the video, like making a document or sending an email. That could actually be kind of fun. So maybe we'll add that. All right, so where does this all start? First of all, it starts by creating a make.com account. You log in, basically you'll see this, yours will be very empty. I think for 3 scenarios that you get for free. But again, $18, we do 20,000 operations a month. So it's really pretty cost effective. And you'll say click a new scenario. And then when you click that, you'll be set with a brand new scenario here, which I'll just copy and paste everything into because I want to show you kind of how to build effectively, or maybe I could just go between the two. That might make more sense. Okay, first thing we're going to do is create first thing we're going to do is create a form. So in openforms.com, you can create a new form. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you just go from scratch. And I'm going to show you the one I already built because it's so simple. It's going to have, where did it go? Edit form, here we go. This is these 3 questions: the video title, a Google Drive URL, and a select box that's going to have 2 options, video and audio. And if you remember over here, that's the video and audio branches. And I'll show you how that connects. The other thing we're going to have is our Google Drive with 1 video inside of it. That's what we're going to be using to host our video, and you can drop those in there. Now, what could you put in here? If you use something like Transcript, is one of my favorite tools, you can take a long format video like this interview that I was on, and you can create 20 different of these short video clips and drop them in Google folders. You could use Opus Clip, another great one that's even more easy to use than Transcript. I like Transcript because it's a little more powerful. Opus Clip, bam, you get these 20 videos. Well, now they're in your Google Drive folder. They're called random things. You don't have any context of what to do with them. You don't have, and that's what we're doing today is we're going to go from that video that's just in a folder to get the context by stripping out the audio, transcribing it, and then making a post out of it. So those are a couple of platforms to look at for making shorts if that's what you want to do. Okay, so, but what we need to do is come in here, make the form. You make it by literally adding blocks. You can drag text blocks over here. You can, I think we don't need this one anymore. You can drag this select box over here. I think that's called a select input. And you drag it over and you click on it and you've got your options here. Super easy to do. That's all we need to do. Maybe you want to make it required, but I love this interface. It's so simple. Publish the form. And the only other thing we need to do now is connect these 2 systems. We need to connect OpenForm with Make. How do we do that? We do that with something called a webhook. Don't worry, it's not too complicated. Custom webhook. I'm going to call, and so as soon as you create that, what this is going to do is create a sort of special link that we're going to bring over to OpenForm. So when OpenForm, a form is submitted, it's going to send it to the automation. All right, I'm going to add a webhook name. We want it to be descriptive. We'll call this, this is my, and I'm going to call this final because I made a couple of these. I'm going to want to delete the old ones. Save it. And look at this. It's waiting for something. Oh boy, what's it waiting for? It's waiting for us to do the form, but there's one more step we need to do before we submit the form is we need to copy the address to the clipboard. We need to come over here. We need to go to integrations, add a webhook notification, paste it in there, save it. Our form is ready to go. We can now go view the form and we can say test and we can say, this is where we take this share link. In fact, I'm just going to click on it. I think if I go share, copy link, we might be needing to use it a few times, so I'm just going to paste it up there. There's the whole link. We take that over to the form, and we're going to choose that this is a video. Submit. We come back here, and this should go green. There it goes. The data is now ready to go. How exciting. This is a good opportunity to name this. So what did we name? We called it I'm going to name this integration. There we go, transcriber. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to say final as well, because I have a couple of these. Now we are ready to go. So let's explore this first. There's a couple of things we want to do. First of all, we're going to want to turn this on because, oh, we got to save it first. I thought I just did. There we go. Turn it on. That means that as soon as this webhook from the form is received, it will run the automation. Somebody might want to do this just once a day, like so webhooks data will sort of queue up and then they'll all happen at once. But for us, this is what we want to do immediately. Save it. Great. We have now got the beginning of our automation. So let's look at our template to see what's next. We're going to get the Google File ID because this is we're going to need that to download the video. But the problem is to download the video, I'll show you here. I'll show you actually, I'll just go like this. We'll get Google Drive. Oh, and by the way, let me just give you a couple of insights. You're not going to probably need much over here. Scenarios is where all your different automations live. Connections is where your connections live, and sometimes you'll need to update a connection or renew it, but most of the time you're not going to need any of this stuff. Down here, we've got save, easy enough. I don't use this one. This one, you don't really need to worry about. Maybe we'll talk about it at the end a little bit. Notes. Notes can be useful. You can add notes to different modules, which is kind of nice, especially as you get more complex. This you can go back different versions in case you've messed something up. This is a line. We'll show you that in a little bit. And this you can export the blueprint, and that's useful in case you really screw things up. Maybe because Make doesn't have an undo button, it is useful to make do with the previous versions and the exporting and importing. All right, but let's take a look here. Google Drive, and all you got to do is we're going to download this file because we want to work with it. Well, first of all, you're going to need to add a Google account. It's pretty easy. You just do one click. I recommend adding your names, especially if you're using multiple accounts like me. I'm going to use RAZR's account here. Well, look, needs a file ID, but the file ID that came in, you can't see it right here, is going to be this entire URL, whereas the file ID is just this little thing, right? So we need to get that out. That used to be incredibly complicated, but now it is so nice. I'm going to actually just go to my template here. I'm going to copy that, just Command C. And by the way, I held down Shift and dragged around that, Command C if you're on a Mac. And then I'm in here. I'm just going to press Command V, and nothing's going to happen. Maybe you can't. I thought you could copy and paste between. Let's try that again. Copy. Paste. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to do that for other modules because it's going to save us some time. You'll also notice that that these are given a default name. Mine are all nicely named. This is important as you get into more complex things that you name these. This is proper use. So rename, this would be save video. All right, so if it's just this big, you don't really need to worry about it, but for other things, you do. Okay, look at this. What are we saying here? First of all, when you start, if you haven't got your AI module connected, you're going to need to add it. Where do you find this stuff? Well, guess what? They make it pretty easy. You can literally go in here. Once you're logged in, you can create a new secret key, and then you can paste it right here. If you need the organization ID, you can go into this little gear and copy that. I don't think you need the organization ID anymore. That's why it's not bold. So I think the API key will be just good enough for you. I already have mine connected, so I'm not worried about it. Look at this. You want to create a chat completion. Of all these models, you want to use this is like the cheapest, best, fastest balance of all of them currently. ChatGPT 4.0 latest. So ridiculous how many that they've got. Then this looks like, I'll show you on a blank one just so you see. If we do create a completion, chat completion model, you'll see you need to create a message, and it'll be a user. Because we're doing very simple, you don't need to worry about the other things. But so that's what we've got in here. I created that message and user. So what do I say? Extract the Google file ID from this URL. So that's what we're talking about. We're taking this out. That used to be incredibly complex. With AI, they've made it a breeze. Also, don't include any intro summary of what you've done, context, or anything besides what I've specifically requested. I use this so much that I actually put this on a shortcut because literally you don't want it to be like, oh, here's your Google file ID, then the file ID, and if there's anything else I can help you with, like, no, I just want the file ID. So that's what we do here. Save, we're ready to go. Now what we can do is test this if we'd like by right-clicking on it, saying run this module only, and because we're using that dynamic token from here, we need to paste it in. So we can take this whole thing. This is cool. You can test these one by one. Paste it in here, run it, and if everything works right, that should be the same as that. One starts with 1, ends with K, starts with 1, ends with K. Got it. Great. Bam. That's a time saver, massive headache saver. Now we can get file ID. Oops. Sometimes you need to do a little something like that. File ID. There we go. Result. Boom. Right there. And I want to also put it on my RAZR account. There we go. And you'll see all of the previous data from any previous module is in the list. And that'll be more important as we go on. And it's nice as you roll over, especially as things get complicated, you can see which ones it's coming from. The rest of this stuff is cool stuff to explore. I don't know how much of it we're going to need today, but this is things like if something, this, then do this. This is a sort of math modules. This is text, make things capitalized, whatever, replace stuff. This is a date menu. And then it gets into a few other things that are a bit more complicated, arrays, and then some other stuff. Okay, but good enough. We're going to get that file. Let's see what we've got next. We're actually going to do a router, but I'm going to not do that immediately. I'm going to go straight into Cloud Convert because I think and I think we can close this now. Great. So, and then I'm going to show you. So we've got the file. We need to now get the audio out. We need to take that audio and convert a file. Cloud Convert is amazing. Like I said, you can add, I think it's a one click if you choose OAuth. If not, you might have to go in here and go into the Cloud Convert settings, and you can go, I think I have mine to show you. I think you can go just grab an API key similarly. No, I haven't done that before. It must have been under my other account. So let's see if I go like this. Let me try Cloud Convert and Google, and then this one. All right, so it will be under authorization, API keys, or auth clients. So yeah, one of those, it'll be in one of those places that you can connect to your account. Follow the instructions. I've already got one, so I'm going to close that and say that. And so let's take a look at the things. We're going to upload a file, and obviously upload. Where's it coming from? It's coming from the Google Drive. Very nice. We might not know the input format because it could be a .mov movie file, or it could be an MP4. So that's nice. They give it kind of like a best guess. I want to select the input format. The output format is obviously going to be an MP3. And then input format, whoops. Wait, what? Hold on. Hold on. Upload a file. Format. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong here? I don't know the input for. Input format is. Oh, sorry. There we go. I don't know the format. Sorry about that. Output format. There's another field here that I wasn't recognizing. MP3. File name can just be whatever. We can call it like transcription file.mp3. So that's going to be the name of the final thing. And then I think there's one more thing that we want to do. That's right. This is a little advanced thing. Sometimes it produces too big of an MP3 for OpenAI. I forget why I did this, but I solved something with this a while ago. So I'm just going to do the same exact thing. And 128, I believe, is the value. It doesn't need to be super high quality because it's just audio. And then the last thing is you want this to download that file. Boom, we've got it. we got it in there. So convert, we can call this a convert file. Okay, what do we got next? We have got the fun stuff now begins. We are going to transcribe this file, okay? We're gonna go back into OpenAI, and look, now we can look at all these. Now we've got our account connected, we can look at all these cool things. Generate images, analyze images, create translations, create a transcription is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna do it from the MP3 of Cloud Convert. And we're gonna say transcribe this. I think all I did is say transcribe this file or something super simple. Transcribe this video, yeah, that's right. And the response format, let's talk about this for a second. Text would be fine if we were just doing, wanting to do text. SRT, I think, is a type of time coding, and VTT is a type of time coding. So really any of these, because we're not going to need anything to do with time, time could be important if you were wanting to extract chapter markers or things like that. We can absolutely just do text. Okay. And now what we can start to do, this is going to produce, by the way, this is saying there's an error, but I think it just needs to, same with this one. I think it just needs to, yeah, we just needed to save it. And now, good idea, let's save it, because you don't want things to crash. Now is where things start to get also a little fun with some more AI stuff, where we can say, in fact, we don't even need both of these. We can probably get away with one of these, but it's going to be, I'll just show you, I'm going to copy and paste that. I'll just show you again so it's fresh in your mind. Go to OpenAI, create a completion. You'd think it would be messaging assistant, but that's a different thing for another time. Okay, all the usual stuff. And this will be cool because I'll get to show you that if this, this is nice, it did stay linked. If this wasn't linked, it would be outlined, and then you could just delete it and then get it like that. Okay, so that is gonna get, and what are we saying here? You're an expert at writing keyword-rich YouTube descriptions. Write one based on the following video transcript. It's a very short video that we're working with, but it'll at least do something. And I'll say, make sure to include hashtags. That way we don't even need a separate one for hashtags. Or maybe we should. Don't, yeah, this is a better way to do it. Don't include any hashtags, okay? Because what we're gonna do now, and by the way, you start to see we're starting to get a little bit messy here. We'll call this transcribe audio, and this is going to be called write post. And now we're just going to go and copy this one. In fact, I'm just going to copy the rest of this over here, because now you've kind of got an idea of how things work with adding modules. I'm going to go like this. What's nice is go like this, and like say we've started to make a mess. Now you can start to see how cool it is. This interface, way better than Zapier. You can actually clean it up real nicely like that. All right, so we got some red things here because we copied from another scenario. First, I'm gonna press save. I'm gonna say there's some errors, don't worry about it. Create hashtags. Let's see what it says. You're an expert, digital marketing expert who's coming up, who's been assigned, it's so funny how many times I have expert, who's assigned with coming up with strategic hashtags based off, I'll just say with 5 strategic hashtags based on the following post. You see it's black, something's broken here. Well, I'll just go like this. I don't want to get it from the transcript, I want to get it from the post. So that's why we're going to do these as 2 separate things. Again, don't include anything else. And that's all we got to put in there. Great, and so now we've got this router. So what's the router all about? Well, a router is, and I can show you, I can just delete that module. You could, if you wanted to, go like this. The problem with doing that is that if any of these breaks, then it won't continue. It'll stop. So I like the idea of the router. In this case, I think it makes sense. So you can click on plus, you can click on router, and now it starts to do these cool things for you. I'm gonna just unlink these. I'm gonna put this I'm going to just delete these two. And we can just go like this. All right. And now we can align the things again. And I'll talk about Instagram in a second. In fact, I could say, if I wanted to, order routes and apply. And now Instagram's a little bit, got an extra step. But Facebook's super easy. You got your Facebook page, boom, upload a video. Make sure that we are uploading the video, not the audio. Here's where we've got the submission video title. If you remember, we can collapse these. We can go back to our webhook, and it is the video title. Boom. Result, this is going to be the post, so we need to get the result from here. And now we've got the things, and then this should be the hashtags. Yep, there you go. As you roll over it, it pulses. And we would see that pulse too if we had it zoomed in. Okay, great. So Facebook, ready to go. YouTube, let's see. YouTube, there's the video title, that's good. We want to get the actual Google Drive. Category, I put science and technology. Public, I could also, if I wanted this to be unlisted or whatever, this is the result here. Nope, I did that wrong. It's the result here. And the hashtags below. Not made for kids. Ready to go. Now, Instagram is a little bit of a pain because it requires a URL, and it cannot work with, even though you think that you can get a URL from this. And I don't even know. I had originally tried web view link. You'd think that, that I'd even get a share URL or get a share link from Google Drive. It just won't work. So what I actually did was I found this, let's just fix this and then I can tell you more about it. This should be the post. Okay, and there we go. So save, and what I did was I found this app called Cloudinary. Cloudinary was really cool because it will give a URL, and that's what we want. So it's free. You set it up. If you add it, you do need to jump through a couple of hoops. So I think if you go into online help here, obtain your cloud name, API key, and secret. It's really pretty easy. I think that you go, actually it was not as easy as I just said. So maybe I'll just see if I can go back. In fact, I can go in here, obtain this dashboard. Oh, there's no links here. So I'll just go to it, cloud, account settings, file storage, dashboard. Anyway, you log in and let's see, you've got to come into your settings, I believe. First things first, you get your API key. When you create this, it will give you those two things to throw into here. And the only other one, remember, those things are easy enough. And the only other thing that I had a hard time finding was, maybe was it the account? Yeah, it was this product environment cloud name. I made mine readable. It gave me some crazy thing to start with. So that is where you put that in there. But then it's as easy as that. Once you're logged in, you put Google Cloud, Google Drive, that's the video, remember that it's a video. Resource type is another video. And that's it. And it's going to create a link for us. And then that's the link we're going to use for our Instagram. So let's run this thing and see what happens. So to run it, I am going to back out. I saved it and now I can back out. And here it is. And now we're going to go back to this form, hopefully one last time. If everything works, something might not work, but it's okay. View form. And we're going to call this today's workshop test. Actually, I'd already written it. Google Drive, select, we're going to do video. I'll show you about that video audio in a moment. Submit, and now this is the most satisfying part. It's running, and here it goes. Because this is pretty short, hopefully this process it takes no time. But what's great about this is you can even see as you go, like you can see like, okay, cool, look what's coming out of here. All right, great. You can actually be checking these if you want. Right now it's converting it, so I'll pause this recording just briefly until it's done. All right, it was pretty much done immediately. And then the transcripting done immediately. Facebook is now happening. I'm gonna pause again until these are uploaded. All right, it looks like it worked. We got green all over the place. So let's go to Facebook first. Here it is. And there it looks pretty darn good. I'm gonna just delete it because I've already posted this video. All right, boom, done. Next one was Instagram. It's gonna be in my Reels, hopefully. Let's see if it's in here. There it is. Similarly, there's my nice little post. There's the hashtags, and we are gonna delete this. And last but not least, Facebook, or YouTube, I'm sorry. Here it is. To delete that, I think I have to actually go into, well, we can just.
I run an AI automations agency.
So there it goes, and we are going to delete that one too, just because we do not need to be duplicating. Oh, this is the wrong account. Let's go to my personal. And content and shorts, and delete it. Great. Only other thing I was going to show you was this branch, because we might want to do an MP3 only, okay? And so what you could do here is create, I wonder if I have like an really short MP3. Let's see, where could I find, let me just see, MP3. I'm going to see if I've got something that's really short. Oops. I'm going to say MP3 audio. This is, I don't even know what these are.
Bathroom beacons. Welcome to Fabulous.
I have no idea what that is. But let's just take that and we'll put that in the Google Drive and see if that works. That'd be cool if it does, because I haven't tested this yet. But I'm going to literally just take that MP3. Where did it go? Bathroom beacons. I have no idea what that's all about. So while that's uploading, I'll walk you through this last couple of things. So we've got this, again, another router. And this is cool because if it's not video, we don't need it to go down this conversion path. If it's audio, we can just go straight to transcription. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see if we can make this work. We go into our automation, go add a router. It's going down that way. But we got to make sure it only goes down that way if it's a video. How do we know if it's a video? Well, it's because of remember the form was this, video or audio. So this next one's going to be audio. Let's see if it's uploaded yet. Okay, let's take the share link, put it in the form. This is going to be audio test. All right, submit. Oh, I didn't need to submit yet. Oh God, it's gonna do all the things. That was a big mistake. I was distracted. Save changes. Turn it off. Let's see. Hopefully it didn't go yet. It might be processing already. Maybe not though. Okay, well maybe we're in the clear. Anyways, no worries. Let's just, oh, it's doing it. It's doing it. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, it's going to do all those things again. Now it's going to be an MP3. I don't even know what's going to, I think this will probably produce errors. Yeah, there goes its errors because it's an audio file. Anyways, that's cool to show you that, that totally messed up. We're going to delete that old data. We're going to just not worry about that. We're going to pretend none of that happened. And we're going to keep going. Okay, so remember, what I had meant to do was show you this. Let me show you. This is what I meant to do. Run this module only, because I want to show you what this looks like, but without running the whole thing like I just did. So we're going to do this exact same thing. Share, copy link. Just put it in here in case I need it again. And may start talking now. Okay, good. Into the form. This is going to be called audio test. And it's audio. Submit. Now it's going to, okay, great. And you'll see here in the submission, it has audio here. Why is that important? Because here, after the router, we're going to do a filter and say video, question mark. And this is going to be webhook select. We could have named that something better like format in OpenForm, but whatever, select is fine. Text operator equals video. Has to be spelled exactly right with capitals and everything. And then we're going to do another one. And this is going to be, we can actually just clone this. But we need to put on that filter, remember? This is going to be audio. And now this is going to be similarly, whoops. Boom, 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 equals audio. All right, what's going to happen now is it's not going to be able to go down. It's not going to go down this one because it's going to say audio. This is going to say, okay, wait, this needs something. We need that Google Drive. Transcribe this MP3. I don't even think it would mess up, but okay, transcribe audio. Now what we could do, just to show you, I could do something like another prompt. I'm just going to copy this just because it saves me a little bit of time. And I'm going to say summarize. Summarize audio. Okay, let's say, you know, this is going to be pretty basic because it's not a long audio. You're an expert. This could be you're an expert executive assistant. Summarize this meeting. Transcript. And output and respond with action items and takeaways. This is going to be really funny if this works because it's the bathroom thing. I don't even know what it is. Don't include any hashtags. I mean, that's fine to put there. And then don't include any of that stuff. So that should be good. All right, well, let's just trust that that's going to work. Hopefully it does. Sometimes that yellow's there, but I think we did everything we need. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, I didn't. I forgot that one. There's the result. Now it should work. Now what we're going to do is save, just because we're doing some great work here. I'm going to click on that plus. OpenAI, we're going to we're not going to do that. We're going to just do an email. So let's just do an email. Send an email. We're going to do it with, sure. Well, you know what? I'll do it with from hello to Douglas. There we go. Subject, results of today's meeting. This is going to be really funny if this works. What it's going to say, today's meeting. And then content is going to be the result here. And you can get a little fancy with this. You could be like, hey, Dougie, here's the follow-up from today's meeting. All right, and that's all we're going to do. You can do a whole bunch of other stuff, but for now, you could also format it in different ways, but for now, this is going to be more than enough. But yeah, that's funny. Usually I can see if it's from is just going to, it's funny. Usually I could make it a rich text email, which is funny. I don't know why. I wonder if I chose the wrong. I think it's maybe because I did Gmail. I want to say email. Send an email. Oh, okay. So that was something I used Gmail instead. So I don't know. I mean, I was just going to show you. This one is what I usually use. I don't usually use Gmail. So it's going to come from Douglas, or no, it's going to come from my hello, and it's going to go to Douglas. It's going to go to, like I said, subject. This is where I was going to show you. You could also do HTML or plain text if you know how to do HTML. You can do bold and links and all that kind of fancy stuff, or bullet lists. But for now, we're just going to go to like this. We're going to say, here's the result from today's meeting. Okay, and we're going to save it. All right, after this, you could do other things. You could create tasks. You could send text messages. You could create Google documents. You could link the Google documents in the email. But I'm going to at least just show you this way. Save it. Let's get back out of here. It's on, even though we had the error, it turned it off. I turned it back on. I deleted the error data. And now we're going to go and do this one more time. Take the audio. This is going to be so fun if it worked because I didn't test it. But I really hope it does because it's going to be ridiculous. So today's meeting. Oh, and by the way, let's call this like, what's the thing again? Bathroom bathroom beacons meeting. Okay, let's just call it that for fun. Because I want to show you one more thing. Bathroom beacons meeting. All right, we're gonna put that in there. We're gonna select audio, but before I click submit, I want to show you one more cool thing. Instead of having just this from today's bathroom, where was it? It's going to be the video title. I guess video title now is not the best description. You could just call that title because we're doing audio too. But meeting. And so it's going to actually put that in the subject line if it all works right. So boom, go back out of here. So we're going to be able to see a preview. Here we're just going to call bathroom beacon. Okay, submit. And let's see what happens. All right, everybody, so it worked. We got all green bubbles. Let's see the result. This is going to be pretty funny. Let's see, here it is. Okay, here are the results from today's bathroom beacon meeting. Action items: finalize installation logistics for Welcome to Fabulous sign, complete maintenance. I mean, I don't know if this is accurate because I don't know about that file that I uploaded. But it's definitely fun. Key takeaways: bathroom beacon serves both as functional wayfinding aids and humorous theme-aligned art installations. I have no idea what folder I pulled that MP3 from. All right, everybody. So before we wrap up, I would love to just tell you one thing that we've just launched, which is called AgentOtto, which is our content creation platform for thought leaders, presenters, content creators of all types. It uses a lot of this foundational work to build incredibly fancy automations. We can do things with, first of all, it's this cool platform that gives you all sorts of tools, as well as these upgrades, cross-posting with AI imagery and video manipulation, graphics generators, branding of all sorts, thumbnail makers, auto newsletters, podcasts, voice cloning, AI avatars, et cetera, et cetera. So you can, if you'd like, come and explore this. It's AgentOtto.io. This has been so fun to do for you, maybe even more fun than I was expecting, thanks to Bathroom Beacon. And like I say, my passion is saving us time so we can spend more time on the human stuff that is creative and important and high value. We should not be doing a lot of this boring routine stuff. I barely touch any social media platform except to go on and engage and to just enjoy some scrolling now and then, because I know all the uploading and all the formatting is done for me, all the hashtags. It takes a blog post, it makes a LinkedIn article, it makes a tweet shorter, all of that stuff. That is something that robots should do, like our friend AgentOtto, saving us time, helping us grow our business, spend more time with family, learn the ukulele, whatever it is we want. So thank you so much again for watching. You can find my own stuff at projectfresh.com. You can find the agency stuff at RAZR, that's RAIZOR.co, and you can find AgentOtto at agentotto.io. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.